So the new roadmap for Assassin's Creed Shadows got announced today, and it's okay. It's alright. To be honest, I was expecting a little bit more, especially considering this has come out at such a terrible time for what's going on with Ubisoft right now, with obviously the Mark Alexis Cortier drama with his departure. Ubisoft really needed to distract us and get us back to thinking about Assassin's Creed. And they did a really good job of that a few days ago with a Mirage Valley of Memory teaser that gave us just a little glimpse at a cutscene. I thought that was, a good little tease that leads into more to come. They also did an article, which I, to be honest, haven't read. But this diverts our attention back to Shadows. And you would have thought Assassin's Creed Shadows would need to do quite a bit to pull back some attention, because we're after the close of Awaji now, and people are wondering, is the game dead? Is that it? Is that the end of the roadmap? But no. Not only do we have a roadmap for the lead up to Christmas, but we have potentially more coming in the future. By the sounds of this roadmap video, I think we are going to get more updates probably until next summer. That's just my prediction based on when I think the Black Flag remake is going to get announced. So let's go through the stuff that they actually announced. There's not too much, surprisingly. It's actually quite bare bones compared to, say, the first roadmap that we got. So we are getting further improvements to the parkour. This is obviously a net positive. This is a good thing. They're pretty much adding in like the last few things they possibly could. Like a kind of manual jump. They're doing a good improvement to side ejects where you can either go up or down from a side eject. That's a great idea. At this point though, I did sort of watch it thinking, well, we knew ahead of time that they were adding all of this stuff. So for me, it wasn't like a big surprise. I wasn't like, holy shit, manual jumping. It was just more like, okay, I'm glad to actually see examples of it in the gameplay. But I think we are reaching a point now where I'm sure that people who focus a lot more on the parkour than me may disagree, but I feel like parkour-wise, they've done everything they can. Like, they're starting to reach a plateau where you can't really do much more than they have to make Shadows' parkour as good as it could possibly be. What I think is a really good sign is that because it's on the Pipeline engine, there's a really good chance that this parkour could now be carried across into future titles, and Shadows could be remembered for doing all of the legwork. Like, it's very clear from this roadmap and previous ones that they went out of their way. It was their mission to fix the parkour, and that is pretty much where they've been putting their priority and their focus throughout this entire season with Assassin's Creed Shadows. And I think that now it's finally starting to reach a point where I'm like, what else could you do? I mean, oh my god, Catch Ledge is back. I mean, that's probably the biggest thing for me. I'm so excited to hear, because whenever I try and do parkour in Shadows, I keep forgetting that Catch Ledge just isn't a thing anymore, and I'm so used to playing the older games at this point, because I keep going back and playing those games, that when I get to a modern AC game, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, it doesn't have half of these things that I would have expected, it feels naturally very strange. So I'm very glad that we're getting, the necessary improvements to make it feel like classic AC again. We may also get a repeat of this with Valley of Memory. I feel like Valley of Memory is going to repeat a lot of the steps that Shadows is also making, which could make it feel less important in the long term. But yeah, it's a good change. It's fine. It's not revolutionizing the game for me, and it's not really something that I'm going to pay much attention to unless I'm doing like parkour stuff myself. Like, it's not going to make New Game Plus more exciting or anything like that. It's not going to make a future DLC more exciting. It's just those little quality of life changes that should have been there at launch. We're also getting this corrupted castles mechanic where they're basically adding endgame content by making some of the castles replayable. I don't know if they said that's going to be weekly or monthly or something, or if that's just going to randomly happen in your games. But basically, some of the fortresses that you may have already finished or not finished in the main world of Shadows are going to be corrupted, and they're going to have higher endgame loot, more tough enemies, and they're going to look a bit more spectral and like supernatural, which I hate. And to be honest, I do feel like with this entire roadmap, I got the impression that it's trying to cater more to RPG fans, because the next thing they announced was, oh, this pissed me off. We are getting story drops, which is great. That's my focus, right? I loved the Rufino questline. probably the best thing to come out of Shadows was that little storyline with Rufino. Honestly, like, genuinely better writing than the main game. And Claws of Awaji put together. Just a great little concept of a Templar that betrays the Templars and doesn't want to go back and kill his old friends. Like, what a great idea. What are we getting as a follow-up to that? Well, we're getting possibly the worst thing they could have ever done. We're getting an Odyssey-inspired comedy sketch. I mean, what a shit idea. Did anybody miss the comedic tone of Odyssey? Really? We're getting something that's going to be so silly, where it's like, now in Yasuke fighting each other in a duel and also helping these two idiots become assassins. Like, are you kidding me? And they're still using the words like Kakashiba Iki because they will not say assassin, and it pisses me off. Ubisoft Bordeaux used the word assassin nonchalantly in Claws of Awaji, and yet the second we go back to Quebec, it's nope, we cannot use the A word. We're back to restricting the actual franchise again. And especially after like everything we've heard recently with Ubisoft cancelling games and stuff like that. It really is just sad at this point to see things like that. Like, they still can't see it. And by the way, this is at no detriment to like the actual people in this roadmap video. Like Simon, he is doing his best here. He's absolutely sparking life into this dead game. He's great. I hope that he gets a chance to work on future ACs, and I would like to see him stick around as like a community manager or something like that, because I really do think he's great. He's fun. He brings a lot of great energy to these videos, even when what he's saying is pretty lackluster. It's always nice to see him. So big shout out to Simon. It's always great to see him in these videos. And yeah, apparently this Odyssey-inspired quest is also going to have like an Isu vault, and we're going to finally get something that will add something to the lore. Now, before, if you told me that we're going to get an Isu vault in one of these updates, I'd be like, wow, okay, let's go, I'm excited. But after hearing that it's going to be in a quest that's Odyssey-inspired, I'm like, I'm totally zoned out, I'm totally gone, you've lost me. This is probably going to be a joke piece of Eden, which, I don't know, makes you take a shit on command or something. Like, this does not inspire me with any kind of confidence that the Isu Vault is going to lead to anything of note. Genuinely, sorry, that's probably a bit of a negative way of looking at it. Like, yes, we are... I'm obviously glad that they are embracing aspects of the franchise that they just should be from the start. But, yeah, okay, I guess we twisted their thumb enough. We're getting a comedy sketch. What the fuck? Like, I have played every piece of post-launch content with Shadows, and there's not been a time where I've been like, oh, I'm just not going to bother. But with this storyline, it's breaking me, genuinely. I think I am going to skip this one, unless I hear that the Isu Vault is amazing, like a great set piece or a great puzzle or something. Unless I hear that it's actually good. That they really lost me on that one. What a massive downgrade, especially after what we were expecting following the Rufino questline. And then they also teased another storyline that's going to be coming to the game, another free quest. However, this is going to be more like the Dead by Daylight one. They said that it's a special crossover with another franchise. I know that in the roadmap video, they gave a little hint as to who it was or what the collaboration was, but I honestly listened to the roadmap in the car, so I couldn't hear exactly what the hint was. So please let me know in the comments what the actual collaboration is going to be, if anybody picked up on what that tease was. But I'm not overly excited about another collaboration. The Dead by Daylight one, I tell you what, it did have good gameplay, which led to the Claws of Awaji having a really good stealth boss fight. I feel like the Dead by Daylight crossover, I feel like that paved the way. I feel like Dead by Daylight paved the way for that boss fight, so maybe we're going to see some unique mechanics in this as well. I kind of wish that was replayable, to be honest. I think that's something that they should definitely add in future updates, is making the crossover events replayable, because in the Dead by Daylight one, you had the choice to play as Yasuke or Naoe for certain sections, and it would make it more easy or difficult depending which character you chose, and I thought that was a great idea. And it would be nice if I could, for example, play through the whole thing again with just Yasuke or just Naoe. So yeah, and I think that would just be a nice little quality of life thing, just to always have it on the map so you can always go back and do it. I just think that would be pretty neat. And to be honest, like, that's pretty much it. Like, they teased that something else is coming on December 2nd, but there's no new projects, which really surprised me, because they've been changing and adjusting the amount of currency that you get from these projects, and that made me feel like they're building up to a new one coming out. Obviously, the last one gave us Ezio's AC2 Legacy outfit, which was very exciting for me. That was like one of the biggest things out of that whole announcement, was that we're getting Legacy outfits back, and yet here we are at the next roadmap, and there's no new project, so there's no reason to go back and do weekly challenges, unless they're gonna sneak drop one in at some point. I don't know, but personally, I was very excited to find out what the next Legacy outfit would be, and we still don't know. Part of me is still thinking, I was saying this on Discord the other day, I think that it's going to be Basim. I think it's going to be Basim's outfit next, and I think it's going to cross over with Valley of Memory when that comes out, because that just makes sense to me. Like, they'd want to capitalize on it by doing like a crossover with Mirage. But that's just my theory. I would be a little bit disappointed if it was just the Valley of Memory outfit, but in Shadows. I hope it's like Basim's Master Assassin or something like that. I think that'd be pretty cool. Just something a bit more unique. Even his blue robes, at least they're quite unique robes, and given Shadows' animations and its texture, what was it, the cloth physics, that could lend itself quite well to Mirage's robes, especially that Valley of Memory outfit. Like, I'm not commenting on it until Valley of Memory is actually out and I can do a video talking about the outfit, but those back flaps that he has, those brown bits that come down from his scarf, they look rough, man. I don't know, the outfit looks really fucking good from the front, but then from the back, I'm like, oh, this doesn't look like an outfit that I'm going to actually enjoy looking at, just based on how static it looks. But maybe if that was in Shadows, and you had like the two pieces flapping in the wind all the time, that would make it look really cool. So maybe that's what we'll be getting soon. I hope so, fingers crossed. Aside from that, like, that's it. There's not much else here. There's not much else to comment on. We're not really getting much, and I do feel like, well, especially we didn't even get an announcement of a second expansion. So if we do get a second expansion to Shadows, or where's the co-op? Where's the co-op mode? Anybody? Is that still in the room with us? I think anything like that is going to be told to us in like January, February next year. I think they'll probably wait until after Christmas and hit us with second expansion, or probably not, because I don't think Claws of Awaji did particularly well. Hype dropped immediately as soon as that DLC came out. Like, even my views, I was expecting to get a lot more views on like my narrative critique, and I just felt like the draw wasn't there. Like, people just weren't really interested, and again, I think it was very badly marketed, so nobody really knew it was coming out. So yeah, unfortunately, I don't know if we're going to get a second expansion, but the fact that they haven't announced it here means that I think that's probably on hold for a bit, and if it is still coming, it's not coming anytime soon. Definitely not in the next few months. So we'll wait and see. We'll see what happens here. This seems like a very passive roadmap, like they're just buying time or just, you know, coasting a bit. Again, couldn't have come at a worse time for Ubisoft. I don't think anybody is particularly enthusiastic about what's going on with them at the minute. So I don't know. Maybe I'll play one corrupted castle or something just to see what it's like, but I don't think this encourages me to come back to Shadows in any meaningful capacity. And at this point, just release Valley of Memory, guys. This is what we're all excited for. We're all excited for Mirage. So it seems like they're going to be competing against each other, which is kind of weird for me. Like, why release Shadows updates and Mirage updates at the same time? Like, you're literally splitting the fan base and competing against your own franchise, but they are different studios. I guess we'll see. We'll see where the popularity lies. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, subscribe for more Assassin's Creed content, and I will see you in the next video.